All right. Hi, everybody. We're going to go ahead and get started. My name is Katie Harlan, and I'm excited to be talking to you tonight. First, before I get into the topic, let me tell you a little bit about myself. I am a wife and a mom to three kids, ages 4, 5, and 7. I'm a work-from-home mom, and previous to that, I was a teacher. I was a stay-at-home mom, and now I'm a work-from-home mom, and I really feel like I found the best combination of all of those things. And I'm an entrepreneur. I am an online health and fitness coach, and I just love my business, but it's funny that it seems to have very little actually to do with fitness when it comes down to what I really love about it. It just is awesome that it does incorporate fitness, and it's like a full circle model, but the things I really love about it are being surrounded by other entrepreneurs and women who are positive and happy, and they're dreamers and they're doers, and I just love being in that environment. I love fitness. I love building women up. I love creating a life of freedom. That's really my goal in everything I do with my business. My ultimate goal is to create a life by design where I don't answer to anyone and no one tells me when to clock in or out. That I make that decision based on the goals of our family. And I love goal setting, and social media has become one of my passions. And that's what we're going to talk about tonight. How to use social media for your business. Now, this is more of a training or an overview for those of you who don't do a lot of social media with your business. If you are a coach and you happen to be watching this, you probably know most of this. And if you've been integrating social media with any other business on a like page, you probably know a lot of this as well. But maybe there will be a few little nuggets or pieces that you can take and apply to your situation. So first, why use social media to promote your business? Well, first of all, it's free, and that is huge. It might not always be free, but right now, today, in October of 2016, it is free. So we need to take advantage of that. Also, you guys, it's everywhere. Everyone is on social media. Everyone is on social media. It's likely where your clients are too. If you're here and we're here, your clients are here as well. And you can reach more people. So here's an example I like to use. As a health and fitness coach, sure, I can go to my client's home or to a gym or to a coffee shop even and meet with my clients and create meal plans for them and fitness plans and accountability systems. But that really limits how many people I can reach. Time is precious. So when you're on social media, you have the ability to reach more people at once, so you can stretch yourself further. It's really an amazing tool for entrepreneurs all around. Now, the question then goes to which platform, because there are several different platforms. My favorite is Facebook. It's the one I'm most familiar with, and it's honestly, it's been huge for my business. I am on other platforms as well, but Facebook is really king. And here's why. I was recently at a seminar where they talked about this. Video is huge right now, and Facebook has just recently shown this Facebook Live. Oh, it says my internet connection's unstable. Hopefully it's okay. Mom, you can chat. You can use the chat tool if you can't hear me. But Facebook Live video, anytime you go live on Facebook, your post goes way higher in the newsfeed because video is king. Everyone is on video right now. So if YouTube was huge, well, now Facebook is doing their own YouTube with Facebook Live. Facebook owns Instagram, and you've probably noticed Instagram has Instagram stories now across the top. Well, that's an effort to keep up with Snapchat. So instead of Snapchat, people are using Instagram stories. The jury's still out whether or not Instagram stories are going to catch on as much as Snapchat, but who knows? And Snapchat, just a little tidbit, has been offered Facebook has tried to buy Snapchat like 3 times and they keep turning them down. So Facebook is probably going to roll up their sleeves and say, all right, well, you won't let us buy you, but we're going to do some other things. So I'm sticking with Facebook, and that doesn't mean I'm not going to try other channels as well. Like I said, I'm on several other platforms, but Facebook is not going anywhere anytime soon. And you might have even noticed that on your new download of the iOS app, on Facebook, where the little messenger button used to be on your phone, now it's called Marketplace, Facebook Marketplace. And so you go there and you go to send a message and you hit this, and it looks really similar. And it takes you to this system where you can post things like a virtual garage sale site. And it links you with people in your area, and you can post things for sale. So it's a really cool feature, but they want you to use Facebook for everything. Like eventually Facebook wants you to use it to pay people. You've noticed the iPay feature in Facebook Messenger. They want you to use it to shop. They want you to use it for everything. So I would get on Facebook and create a good presence there, just because it's not going anywhere. Then once you have that figured out really well, you can kind of dabble in some other platforms. But my best advice would be two platforms. Get really good at one and then add another. But don't feel like you need to be part of every single platform. I know it can feel like, oh, I've got to learn everything, but I just don't think that's the best use of our time. Okay, let's go next to Facebook logistics. So I'm going to focus down on Facebook. Let's talk about how to engage your network. When you're on Facebook, you need to remember that even if you're on there as your business or for your business, hi Ashley, you need to be engaging your audience and your network. So this means being thoughtful about what and when and how you post. I'm just going to mute you, Ashley, so you guys can use the chat tool if you have a question while I'm talking. So, for example, posting times are the highest. The most people are on Facebook in the morning, like when kids are getting ready, at lunchtime, late in the afternoon, and then around your kids' bedtime, like the 7 to 9 p.m. time. Those are the highest times of the day for Facebook traffic. So if you have something really big that you want to post about, then you want to post in those time zones. If you post it at 10 a.m., you might not get a lot of eyes on it. And here's how Facebook works. If you post something and it doesn't get a lot of interaction right away, so nobody clicks like or nobody comments on it right away, Facebook says, okay, people don't want to see this, and they push it down in the news feed. So if you post something that people start commenting on right away and liking, then they're going to say people want to see this, so they boost it. So your goal always when you post on Facebook is to get interaction. So you want your post to be, and I always try to think of this when I'm posting, informative, interesting, entertaining, helpful, motivating. So before you post something like, I don't know what to make for dinner, think about if that's going to add value to your network at all. And I certainly have done this. I love TimeHop for this. It shows me how far I've really come in my posting. I was really, really, really boring about 7 years ago on my TimeHop, and it's humbling. It's humbling to see, but that's okay. We all, are just on our journey, right? Making progress all the time. And I'm sure in a few years when I see what I'm posting now, I'll have similar thoughts. Why did I say that? But anyway, when you are posting, think about what value you're providing. So whenever I post, I try to keep those things in mind. Again, is it entertaining? Is it educational? Is it motivating? Or am I just like saying something just to say it? So just consider that before you post. Things that don't do well on Facebook. So if you have the tendency to click share a lot on your page, like from, let's say I shared something on your page, Ashley, to mine. Sharing page to page doesn't usually do well. unless the item that I'm sharing was really wildly successful. So like, for example, those really cool tasty videos that like get, thousands of likes and shares. If you share something that's been shared a lot, you're going to get good response on that. Facebook's going to put that up. They're going to see that people have already liked this video. They've already shared it in the past. And so they're going to continue boosting that post on your page. If you share something that didn't do well, you just might notice this. If you share something that didn't do well or it just hasn't started yet, you're not likely going to get a big response from that. So I tell my coaches on my team when they're trying to, oftentimes my coaches have two pages. They have a like page just for their business, and we'll talk about this in a second, and they have a personal page. And sometimes they'll post something on their business page and they'll share it to their personal page. And it's almost like doing nothing because no one sees it. Not many people are seeing it on their business page because they're not paying for ads. And then not many people are seeing it on their regular page because nobody saw it on their business page. So it's kind of like, why bother? So just pay attention to that. And that doesn't mean you can't share things, but if you want something to be seen, make it your own, or go to the direct source instead of sharing page to page. You guys feel free to post any questions too in the chat if something I'm saying isn't clear. Okay, so again, just to summarize, the more engagement you have on a post, the higher it goes in your feed, and the more Facebook shows it to people. So let's talk about the difference between personal pages and business pages. Personal pages have the ability to message people directly. So you can send a message you can initiate a message to anyone on your personal page, whether you're friends with them or not. You have a limit for friends on your personal page to 5,000. And for most of us, that seems like a lot. But as you grow your business and people recognize you, that number will decrease. I'm at 1,800 friends or something, which is not very many. And so it seems far from 5,000. But I imagine in 2 years or so, I'll probably cap out, or I would hope to, which means that I need to be moving towards a business page for nearly everything I do, because then you can't add any more people. Let's see. More people see stuff on your personal page. It just has a higher affinity because Facebook is a social platform and people are there to socialize. More people just see the non-business stuff. Now, I keep my profile public. That means that everything is seen by anyone. So, for example, when I make a post about a new workout, my friends click it or comment on it, their friends can see that they commented on that. So that's one way that I've added a lot of people to my network and gotten a lot of new clients, because I'm exposing my information and my product to not just my network, but their networks and their networks and so on. Now, for those of you that get nervous about pictures of your kids and so on and so forth, you can, when you post a picture, let's say it's of your children, and you don't want everyone to see it, you can just select friends only or whatever. You can even make it a smaller kind of subset than that. So you can do that if you want to. That's one option. Okay, business pages, you cannot just message anyone. You have to be messaged first. So that can be a little frustrating when you're getting new people to your page who you want to interact with and you want to talk to. You can't just message them directly. Now, if they comment on a post, you can comment back and say, then you can message once they comment on your post. But it gets a little bit tricky. Also, on your business page, there's no limit to how many people can be on it. So if you get really, really, really big, that's great because there's no limit. You're not going to be cut off at 10,000. You can just go as high as you want. Let's see. you can advertise. And you guys, that's really, once you've tapped out your warm market, and I've been a coach for 3.5 years, I still have a great warm market, but it's time for me to be reaching people that I don't have any connection with. And doing advertisement on your like page is how you do that. It is such a cool thing, and it's like a science. I'm not going to get into exactly how to advertise because that would be like a 12-hour webinar. And I've done lots and lots of training. I've paid for training. I've spent hours doing it, and it's very involved. But I just want to give you a few little tips. There is Facebook ads where you can boost or sponsor a post, and Facebook really, really wants you to do that. But I encourage you not to do that, because when you click boost or sponsor this ad or sponsor this post, it goes like, it's like throwing, I don't know, it's like throwing stuff at the wall and hoping it sticks. It's like reaching everyone. And do you really want everyone seeing your ad? No, you have a niche. You have a specific niche that you are looking at. You have a specific set of clients who you want to target. So when you do those boosts, you really aren't able to reach your people very easily. The way that you want to do ads is by using the Power Editor. And it's a tool inside Facebook ads, but it's separate from Facebook, which makes no sense at all. But you click inside this power editing tool, and it's kind of complicated. So I'm going to give you a few resources for learning this. And it just really takes time and getting in and spending time with this tool. Amy Porterfield, you can search her on Facebook. She's great. She's a social media expert, and she offers all sorts of training on everything social media, but she also talks, I've listened to her podcast about the Power Editor tool. And then also I'm going to give you another resource, Amy Edge, E-D-G-E. She is my assistant, and she is amazing. She's a virtual assistant, so we've never actually met in person. She lives states away from me. And she has done all of this training, and she implements it. So my ads are my brainchild and my pictures and my content, but Amy is the one that she figures out my audience. So you do a lot of audience testing. So you create an ad, and then you test it with this type of audience and this audience and this audience and this audience, and you run them all at the same time, and then you watch the numbers. And so it's math. You're looking at the lowest cost per click. And so you're looking for something lower than 10 cents per click or 10 cents per like to your page. So that's the ad that I run the most often, which is trying to get people to my page, and it's called a like page ad. So you have to spend some time. For example, I did one ad and it was getting like 50 cents a like. Well, that's not good. That's not good at all. So we close that one. We try it again. Then you get to like 20 cents a like. Okay, well, that's a little better, but we've got to play with this. And then you get 12 cents a like, and we're getting closer. So it's very time consuming. But once you get the formula, once you figure it out, then you're golden. And I've been doing it long enough now, a year, the Facebook ads, where I get it, and we can work the system. But having somebody do that detail work is really great for me because I loathe it. I hate those details. So Amy, I pay her hourly, and she is very knowledgeable. She's very professional, and she takes care of the stuff I don't like to do. So if you're an entrepreneur, you need to consider having a virtual assistant because it just can really help you grow. One more thing about Facebook ads, just as an example. My friend Monica is a coach on our team, and she started her business page last October, a year ago, with 0 likes. She started it, and she started her ads training at the exact same time. So she didn't have a page before beginning, which most people get going with a page and then they look into the ads, but she started it at the same time. And her page today, are you ready? 12,000 people to her page. And her business is all from her like page, which is huge, and she's doing very well. All from her like page. So that's, I use both. I use my personal page and my like page equally. And everyone does something a little bit different as far as coaches are concerned, but it just goes to show that the training that she did was really beneficial. The training we did, is really just Beachbody coach specific, so I don't think it would be helpful for the rest of you. But like I said, Amy Porterfield is the social media guru, or if you want the information and contact information for my assistant, Amy Edge, she's wonderful and she's taking new clients. Okay, one more thing about business pages is there's an insights tool. So you can click it and it will show you every post that you've done and who it reached, how it did. You can even click into it to get more insights as far as the population of people that are viewing your posts. It's really very helpful. You don't get any of that on your personal page. Okay, I want to talk about Facebook Live, and then I have some final tips, and then we'll wrap. So Facebook Live, you guys, as I said earlier in this call, it's like you need to be on Facebook Live. Facebook Live is anytime someone goes live, it goes to the top. So like I said earlier, video is king. Video is where everybody is. Everyone's watching videos all the time, which is why Facebook introduced Facebook Live. So instead of uploading from YouTube, you want to either create a video on your phone and upload directly, or Facebook Live. And I really like Facebook Live because you don't have to use any storage on your phone, which I was having to do. I'd make a video and then like halfway through, it would shut off. And that is so frustrating. Also, just as a reminder, Facebook doesn't want to work with YouTube. So if you are uploading from, link from YouTube, it's just not going to be seen by as many people. So when you go live, here are my tips. Try to keep the video short. My goal is always 5 minutes. I don't know why. I always seem to be speaking for 7 minutes. 7 minutes is like my number for some reason, but 5 minutes really is a great goal. People have super short attention spans, like super short. I think even the better time would be like 2 minutes. People just, think about this, you guys. They're watching these like at a red light, or like while their kids are like running around real quick. They're just clicking through. So it's got to be short for them to finish it. And I need to take my own advice, like I said, because mine tend to be a little bit longer. Keep them focused on a specific topic. So I've seen some videos where people get on and they just kind of ramble. You need to have a specific topic, talk about the topic, and then be done. And then they should be fun. I think informative is great, and if you have a serious message, that's fine. But I think most people want to see videos that make them smile. So try to integrate some fun into your videos. When you do Facebook Live, hold your phone this way, horizontally. Also, put the camera on the right side. Put the little dot on the right side and look at the dot. That's the camera. Don't look at yourself. See, I'm looking at myself now, and I'm looking at the camera. Looking at myself, I'm looking at the camera. See the difference? It just feels weird when you're watching a video and you can tell they're not looking at you. So look at the camera if you can. I've heard a tip of covering the phone with paper or whatever so that you're forced to look at yourself. Whatever you need to do, it's better to look at your audience. But the reason I said to put the dot on the right is because that's where people's comments will come. And so then you're already looking over there for the camera, so you can just easily see their comments. I think it's a good idea when you're doing live to, you start with an introduction. Thanks, Mom. You start with an introduction of yourself and what your topic is. Hi, my name is Katie Harlan, and I'm here to talk to you about social media with your business. Then you start talking. As people get on, say hello to them. Do a few, hey, Ashley, it's good to see you. Hi, Mom, thanks for being on. And then get right back to it. Do not wait to start talking until till you have people on live, because it takes a second. So if you do this, just waiting for people, like that's recorded. Everything from the 3, 2, 1, beep is recorded. So you start talking no matter if there's somebody there or not. And depending on the time of day, it sometimes takes longer for people to get on, and that's okay, but it's going to be recorded on your page so people will check it out later. So pretend like there's an audience from the very beginning. And then about halfway through your video, it's a good idea to just kind of restate quickly what you're talking about as people get on. So, hey guys, if you're joining me now, I'm just talking about social media and your business, and I've already shared 3 tips. Here's tip number 4, or whatever it is. Okay, let's see what else I have to say about Facebook Live. I think that's it for Facebook Live. It's a really great tool. It does take some practice, and Ashley, I know you've been practicing this week. I think it's really brave, and you're doing a good job. You just kind of have to get out of your comfort zone. But I will say, and I was talking to my husband about this last night, I think everybody should try it. Do I think that every single person should be doing it all the time? No. I don't. It's kind of like saying everybody needs to be a blogger. Not everybody's a good writer, so not everybody needs to be a blogger. And not everybody's good on video, so not everybody needs to be doing videos all the time. But I do think it's worthwhile for everybody to try and see what you think. I think they're really fun, and for me, I just find it easier to talk to people, so it's an easier thing for me to do. But I hate writing long blog posts, so it's just I prefer that to the blogging, but everybody has, their niche. Okay, so you guys, one more set of tips, and this comes straight from the coaching network I'm a part of. And when we talk about branding yourself, we talk about how we are not our businesses. Like, I am way more than a coach. I am a mother and a wife and a reader, and I love to be silly and funny and tell jokes, and I love to hang out with my family and cook, and like there's so many things that make me other than just my business. So if I get I become an entrepreneur, and then I get online and all I talk about is my business, coaching, and fitness, like, oh my goodness, it just really diminishes who I am as a person, because that's just one aspect of myself, and it's boring and it's salesy and nobody likes that. So make sure that when you are online, that you're not just your business. You are you, and that includes your business, but you're not just your business. You are selling you. So that's another thing that we talk about as coaches, and some of us do a better job than others. Sometimes you meet somebody and you're like, oh, you're a coach. Oh, careful. Like, I don't want any of that, because that's all they talk about, and their products. And then you meet some others who are, that's like an aside, and that's the goal. That's you're selling you. So you want people to want to work with you, buy your products, visit your shop, whatever the case may be, because of you. So just keep that in mind when you're posting. Make sure that your posts and your page and your social media profile reflect you, not just your business. All right, I can take questions if you have them. Ashley, do you have any, or do you want to message me later? Okay. All right. Thanks for being on, you guys. I hope you have a good night, and I'll record this and post it in our group. Okay. Thanks, guys. Good night.